Hi, I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Monday, September 28th. Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you now for 4 days. Since I was last with you, we dropped down to 0 active cases of COVID-19 at Episcopal homes. The last person recovered fully on Friday. And so we have 0 residents and 0 staff with active COVID cases at this time. We're thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled about that. As you know, we've had a couple of waves at Episcopal homes over the last few months. And each time we have come out strong. We have come back to 0 cases. And of course, that is largely in part due to your diligence, everybody cooperating and doing their best. So we're most grateful about that. So as you know, we have 10 communities at Episcopal homes. So no cases at any of our 10 communities, and just delighted to report that. This week, testing will continue throughout all of Episcopal Church Home, and that goes for both residents and staff. And testing will continue this week at the gardens for all staff. Okay, so just be aware of that. I'm sure you're paying attention to the fact that the positivity rate for COVID in Minnesota is not in the best situation right now, as well as our neighboring states. And of course, the more COVID-19 that exists in the community, the more vulnerable we can become, which means that it continues to remain so important that we are vigilant at all times. You might have heard this morning Dr. Mike Osterholm, the epidemiologist at the University of Minnesota this morning. He was on Minnesota Public Radio, and he covered really a wonderful range of topics related to COVID and responded to the questions. And right at the outset, he was asked about where are we at in the course of COVID in our society. And he made the analogy to a baseball game. He thinks that we're maybe in the top of the 4th inning. And he bases that on a study that came out last week that has been quoted by many news sources, stating that those that have had COVID or are immune to COVID at this point, or have been exposed to it adequately, so that there's immunity, that it's at roughly 10%. And for what's the expression that I'm looking for right now? I am looking for herd immunity. That's what I'm looking for. For herd immunity to be achieved, that the rate needs to be somewhere between 50 and 70%. So we have a ways to go. And if we look at it from that standpoint, we have many months ahead of us of the same. We have endured 9 months of it already. Well, it's not quite that long. It's more like 6 months. We've endured 6 months of it already. We will obviously continue to endure what we have to endure, and we can continue to endure multiple more months. And we need to do that employing the precautions that we know. Wearing a mask, physical distancing, if you have any symptoms, self-isolating and getting tested, and then frequent hand washing. Those are really vital things. I want to mention that 2 days ago, on Saturday, that Van Lawrence passed away. Van Lawrence is the husband of Nell Hillsley, someone that we all know very well. Well, we both know Nell and Van very well. They have lived here ever since the terrace opened now just over 5 years ago. So Van's passing is very sobering, and I would like to read some words that were submitted from Van's son, Matthew Lawrence, Reverend Matthew Lawrence. And he said this. He said, "My dad died today, 95, an amazing man, physician, scientist, artist, musician, social justice soldier, combat veteran." It's beautiful. Van was a beautiful man. Our heart goes out to all of them, of course. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday at 1:45. In the meantime, take best of care, all right, as we're all in this together. Bye-bye.